Good morning, welcome back to the channel. So today it is dyno day. We are gonna go to Subaru Motorsports. We've got a dyno appointment for 10:30 at their dyno day. We'll check out the car meet as well, hang out for a little bit, and hopefully get some good footage, see what the car makes. I did do a little bit of tuning on the car yesterday. Basically, we're on the stock timing, we're on the stock air to fuel ratio. I've got that dialed in pretty well. I did increase the boost a little bit. I'm expecting we should reach peak about 20 psi, and then we'll taper down to hopefully we can maintain at least 16. So right now we are going to go ahead and wash the car real quick, get everything all ready, and then we will head over to the meet. All right, guys, we've got the car all washed, running a little late, so jump in the car, head over to Subaru, have a few minutes to hang out before the car goes on the dyno. Hopefully everything goes well. We'll see you over at the meet. All right, guys, here we go. She's going on. What do you? I'm tuning it.
You're tuning it?
Yeah. On open source. Nice, man. Thanks.
Yeah, that little bit right there. You need to go into. Are you tuning it through
open source?
Open source.
Yeah.
Go into your tables that say close open loop switching. Change them all to a much lower number. I usually start at 0.
Yeah. Okay.
What's happening is when we're transitioning into open loop, it's not happening fast enough, and so you're kind of lean as you're rolling into boost.
Okay.
So the line right there, the black line,
yeah,
that needs to drop straight to the floor and then stay flat as your power increases. You see how it tapers down?
Yeah.
That's that closed loop switch not happening fast enough.
Okay, that makes sense.
Just find that table, zero it out, and then it'll basically go rich right away.
Okay. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Let's do another pass and see what happens again.
All right. Wow. Yeah, that's not bad at all. All right. The meet is pretty small, but we'll walk around, get some footage of the other cars, all that good stuff, and call it a day. I'm just kidding, guys. I can't do that to you. Of course I'm going to show you the dyno graphs. So let's talk about it. Let's see how far we got. I have not calculated dollars spent or anything. I think that's kind of what we're going to do with the rest of this video. We're not going to calculate dollars spent, but we're going to kind of talk about what's coming up in the future. So before we get into all that boring stuff, let's talk about the dyno. All right, so how did we do? I think we did okay. Granted, we are basically on the stock tune with a little bit more boost. I think these numbers kind of make sense. So we made 260 wheel, 302 torque. 260 wheel is pretty standard. I'm not sure if we gained torque or not. I think the dyno graph also looks pretty good as well. There is definitely some work still to be done on my side on the tune. I really was not nearly as prepared as I wanted to be to get on the dyno. I wanted to clean up the open loop to close, or the closed loop to open loop transition. I wanted to lean it out a little bit. I wanted to increase timing. I just ran out of time. I just did not have the time to make all of those adjustments before the dyno. I made more adjustments than I kind of felt I probably should have with the boost before it went on, but it still did good. So I'm happy with those numbers. I think that gives us a pretty good baseline as we move forward. So let's talk about what's up next, right? Because this was kind of the first phase that I outlined in my build video. We've achieved it, and now things start to get really interesting. So some of these parts you guys have seen, some of these parts are relatively new, but let's do a quick inventory of what's to come. Obviously, in addition to all of these parts that are about to go on the car, I still want to do all of that tuning stuff, and of course I'll make videos and record it. We're going to do the open loop transition soon. We're going to do the boost control soon. We're going to do AFR and timing. A little bit there. I really want to get the car on E85 before I start messing with that stuff, just because it'll be so much safer. But it's perfectly doable, so I think we will play with it some. I'm jabbering though. Let's look at some parts, because it's always fun looking at parts. So Subi Mods had a 30% off special. I think it ends today, so I went ahead and picked up our clutch. ACT HDSS should be perfectly good for our goals here for 100 on the stock block. Hopefully, if it ever gives out, or hopefully we're ready to put a built engine in, and if we need a more clutch, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So this is a great clutch. I still have my e-brake button that I want to put on. I got bit by another interior mod. Super easy. This is just a red push to start button. Picked up the Company 23 fuel line, hardline disconnect tool. No idea how this works, but we're going to need it soon. I'm going to do another video on this for sure. I'm curious if anyone else is going through this problem. This is the Pro Sport remote oil pressure sensor relocation kit thing. I will be on my third sensor for my AEM oil pressure sensor once I warranty it. They keep on dying in that front spot on the block, so if anyone else is going through that, I would love to hear it in the comments. We will get our warranty, we'll put this guy on, relocate it, and we'll make a video kind of about my experience. We're going to try and use some older EJ PCV hoses to replace and eliminate the white diagnostic connectors. I haven't done a video on this. I did all of this work when I was trying to fix my idle issue, which still isn't really fixed, by the way, but well, that's neither here nor there. And I just have some really shitty Evil Energy hose on there right now replacing it, and I really hate it. So we'll see if these older EJ hoses fit well or better than the Evil Energy stuff. I'm hopeful on this. We've got our radium fuel pressure dampener. I don't know if I need to get two of these or not. I'm going to figure that out, obviously, but if you know in the comments, let me know if I need one for each rail. We picked up the radium fuel rails. They look absolutely gorgeous. We went with the Aeromotive A1000 fuel pressure regulator. We still have our Cobb 4-bar map sensor. I picked up the Zytronics ethanol content, what do they call it, analyzer? Yeah, ECA. I didn't want to gauge or anything. I'm just going to run it into the ECU and I'll display it through BT SSM. So we've got all of our stuff for flex fuel here. We've got our AEM 340. We've got our Injector Dynamics 1300s with the pigtails. And we've got our TGV deletes down there. So we've got a pile of parts here, guys. A lot of fun parts. I keep thinking about it and I'm like, man, I need to buy all the I'm not going to buy a pre-built fuel system. I'm not about that life. We're going to buy all the AN line and fittings and we will build our own fuel system. I did it on the Eclipse. If you're scared of doing that, guys, don't be at all. It's super easy to do. Cutting the AN line is by far the hardest part. So I'm actually super looking forward to it. I found it really fun when I did it on the Eclipse. So I need to get that stuff. And then, I mean, at that point, we can make the decision on how much of this stuff we want to bolt on. The only thing that's really stopping us from really starting to make considerably more power is the turbo. So turbo recommendations, I'm thinking FP Blue, since I know I'm going to go rotated once the engine pops. So I kind of like the idea of FP Blue, but I've thought about FP Black. I've also thought about just saying screw it and going rotated. Let me know if you have opinions on turbo or what I should do there. I do think we're going to probably put a lot of this stuff on and put the car on E85 on the stock turbo and turn it up and see how much power we can make. Maybe take it back to the dyno and get another kind of step in our dyno log journey, if you will, which I think would be kind of cool before we bolt the new turbo on, whatever we get, and really send it to 400. I think that's it, though, guys. I think that's it for this video. If you enjoyed my dyno day, hit that like button. This was the first time I've ever had a car on the dyno, so it was quite exciting for me. I think it went pretty well. If you have any questions, drop a comment. If you look forward to the rest of this stuff going on the car, and me pulling the engine out of this perfectly good car to put this clutch on it, can't wait to do that, guys. Can't wait. Subscribe to the channel. We are just getting started. Things are about to get super fun. It kind of hit me a few days ago that, like, I'm right there. I've acquired all the parts really to turn this thing way up. So expect things to start getting pretty spicy. With that, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.